They out
They're
here.
app babies.
They already out here too.
They're app babies.
Oh,
I'm an app baby. I can say that. I'm an app baby.
Okay. It was like, okay.
I think we're recording. Ice Pack, the one and only.
Yeah.
I just got done talking to you about the influence you've had on me specifically, and you were just like, man, you've been getting that a lot lately.
Yeah.
What's that like, man? It's a little surreal?
Yeah, it's good to get that. Like I was telling you, from battle rappers, I'm not going to get it that much. They not going to give me that, I don't get my flowers a lot from battle rappers. Gloves always on me when it comes to that, so, you know. It's good to hear it coming back. It's good to hear, you know. From a battle rapper, like I just told you, I probably don't hear it as much. But from the fans, it's good to hear it from the fans. You know, and it feel good. It add on to me. After I have a good showing, it add on to what I do the next time.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And do we feel like you're going to be battling pretty consistently, or is it just like every once in a while now?
No, it'll be more consistent. This the closest I came back from any
when was the Big K
in
battle?
a long time. Probably like September, I think. I want to say September. But I had missed the booking. I probably missed the booking probably like a couple months back, around the time Verb did Mickey. I think I was trying to get on that card too. So it wasn't like I stayed out long enough, too long. I think that was a good time, not too long.
Feel free not to answer these questions, and you've kind of spoke on it lightly before, but
Okay.
Why the vacation? Like, why the big gaps in when you battled?
A lot of times, I think more people speak on a lot of the issues and concerns I had way back then. And then they have gaps in their battle, or they choose to take preliminary battles with other leagues, kind of, you know, but it's always it was like, I guess with business with me, that's what I say. I got a bad break in business. I caught a few bad breaks, and then that's about it. But other than that, like over the past couple years, it always been business. A lot of people speak on a lot of the topics while I was out of battle rap, but they just speak openly now. Like, you know how people saying, oh, it ain't this and that in battle rap? Like, that's an open issue. That's an open concern right there. You hear, you know? I reacted and responded back then probably however, but you could hear people openly speaking in the culture right now about issues and the concerns that I initially had, and put my foot down first, like, first one through the door, always get bloodied up. You know, that was one of those types of things. So even me just being able to reestablish myself now and be able to redo it, then if somebody can really not even say that they on my level when it comes to kind of somebody having 70-some battles and me having this many battles, a lot of those times, I got a good pocket right now where we battle. Where you seen me the last 2 times, you know, like, that was a good pocket. It's gonna be another battle. You know, me being able to identify that in my head is gonna keep me around. I see a lot of people don't know where their next battle gonna come from, and that's gonna put a lot of anxiety in their head as far as like, I have to see somebody be so consistent within the next 2 to 3 years and see if they don't devalue their brand by how many battles they would have to take to make the kind of money that they were like making. And a lot of people, they gonna, like, I just sat it out instead of a lot of me just, you know, I just sat out a lot of times where it wouldn't have been a mutual beneficially for me and the person. I sat it out. So, you know, that just be like the business. Back then, I think early on as it expanded and got larger than we had intended it for be, I don't think I was prepared for that mentally at that time. But the level that we were taking it to independently, talking about like from St. Louis before all that, man, we were dealing with a whole lot. You know, the mental capacity you have to be the star at that level, for sure. People ain't even got to that level yet. So I have to, you know, I just look back on it as a learning experience. But sitting out those gaps, it was just like, it was more so like, you know, it's somewhere you want to be. I love battle rap. You know, every time I'm back on the scene, as I critique myself, I'm my biggest critic. But anytime I'm not using my gift for my, you know, as I should be using it, that always weigh in on my conscience. Ain't nothing else I'm dealing with in life. Like, oh yeah, just catching a good pocket in battle rap where I could be consistent in the culture, that'll be overwhelming to someone. So not to play like that. So as I see it become overwhelming to people, for the same concerns I had, I'll be like, damn, okay, so what? Sit it out, figure it out, or just, you know, figure it out. It's gonna be rough to figure things out as it transition to something different, where people opening their leagues now and doing all this. The game is always changing. It's always shifting, and I'm learning just to just move with it. You know.
On that max out card, would you have take that battle if there wasn't as many St. Louis rappers on the card?
Would I have taken that battle?
Yeah. Or was it just like, man, there's so many St. Louis people on this card, we gotta make it a
I'm
movement.
always first. Let me just put that as a preface. If it's all St. Louis, I'm gonna jump out.
Yeah.
Cause like, why wouldn't I jump out? I don't have that opportunity much. I'm not like, ain't nothing in St. Louis where they doing that like this. So Bird on the court, Hitman on the court, Magic on the court. I don't even know if we had ever done that before for sure. That's a good way to get me outside. If they say I don't never come out, that's the easy way to get me out. Why would I say no? Yep.
What was the biggest battle you saw shift where you're like, now when you're out in public, people are like, that's Young Ill? Was it the T-Rex? Or was it before that?
Now, that's a good question. Locally, like T-Rex, I say Hitman locally first. Hitman, that's how it all jumped off first. Me and Hitman locally. That's how it all jumped off. Before Hitman, I was already like killing people on camera. I had run a 5 series. I won a 5-week series contest stuff locally. So that was, I say that like my face getting out there. But I can't really say. The St. Louis versus New York got my face out there real crazy. Yeah, it wasn't no particular battle, just that whole dynamic. St. Louis versus New York and St. Louis versus East Coast got my face out there. It was no battle particularly that somebody could pick to. Good saying that, you know, having Pussy lined up in front on World Star back before all that, before URL was even known. That got my face out there to the point where people could be like, you know, us three, that's the only 3 people. Me, Hitman, Bird, Remy back then. But battle rap, like I told you before, it's so many people in it now. That's probably why I get a lot of backlash from rappers, because no matter what you do, you just can't rewrite history. I was around back then. I don't know where y'all was at, what y'all was doing, but I really was around. And then I had to re-establish that thought in my head, like, man, I don't know who these guys are. I don't know them, but that's no issue of mine. Like, they weren't around back then. No matter what they saying, no matter how they say how many times I returned, they can't even return. They wasn't even around. So if I look back and see the people that's like that I came in with, or even before me that's not around, I'll be like, damn, okay. To stay in it so long, it's a challenge. People that have been out 15 years, man, it's a challenge. So I have to keep that in mind when I'm listening to guys that the culture was just establishing right in front of our eyes. We didn't know it's gonna be. So I'm not I don't know, man.
Do you, when you take that big of a break from battle rap, how did you approach your style? You're like, I'm gonna do exactly what I was doing, or did you feel like there's any updates that needed to happen? I mean, what goes through your mind in terms of like adjusting to nowadays battle rap, which I would imagine changed a lot?
Yeah, what happens, I know the listener ears change over time. In battle rap, it's really what they're, at the time, whatever is consistent. Like, I knew when I was returning, that New Jersey twerk sound, that cadence was what people, that's what they really was on at that time. I know I have a extremely unique style that in any setting is gonna be hard on the ear if you're not a Young Ill fan. But at the same time, I know that is what's going to make me stick out of the bunch as I put that back out there. And that's how I just look at it. I never want to listen to so much where where I'm adapting to where I'm taking on other people's characteristics. I don't want to listen and sound like nobody else. If I got a distinct sound, how I'm keeping. This battle I did 7, I started the battle off with 7 syllable rhyming. I probably did it a minute. They're not gonna catch it. I did it 7 syllables. That was for me. Coming off Big Case to see if I could keep my composure. 7 syllables all the way through. They may not have been, it may have been its and A's and stuff like that, but 7 syllables all the way out. That's me, and that's what I say. Coming back, I know that may be hard on the listener's ear, but as they get to know me, they gonna know that's my thing. That's what I do. And I would challenge somebody else to get in there with me and do it against me. And then I heard them be like, damn, okay.
How did you feel the battle went with Saga?
I feel like I won. I say, I feel like I won convincingly in my book. And I say that because in that smaller setting, I could see Saga not slipping up, but kind of, you know, not stumbling, but kind of not being as sharp in certain areas, that a crowd may could have saved you a little couple of seconds to kind of, you know, get a reaction, kind of gather your composure. And that's why I selected that room specifically. I wanted to be in a smaller room with that smaller crowd for those reasons, to see how it translates on cam. But no cap to him, his pen is, you know, on paper, lyrical wise, he tough to me. You know, I think my aggression and my energy is gonna take a battle. If somebody not speeding up to beat, my aggression and my energy kind of gonna overtake somebody, and that's anybody.
To someone who doesn't know St. Louis like me, completely like green about it. For me, for my ears, when I hear like you, grew up on you, got into Hitman, then Verb, and then B Magic. The untrained St. Louis ear, I don't think you guys sound alike at all.
Not at all, not at all.
But what do you think that is about St. Louis, or is there just something I'm not hearing?
No, you know, the attitude and the, as far as that, is kind of like common. But our styles, man, no. And I think that's because we actually grew up in different areas. We weren't around each other, developing our styles. You know, no one in St. Louis kind of had the same style. That's outside of anybody, but us particular. And we just got a distinct style. We just great in our own ways, man. And when I look at that, that's just brilliant to me.
So I'm gonna put you on the hot seat here. When Verb Hitman happens, who were you rooting for?
I wasn't rooting in that battle. I was just, no. I ain't gonna lie, I had already battled Hitman, so I'm like, I had just, like, I'm gonna flip the coin, and do you know how crazy it is to watch your brothers fight? Like, I got 4 brothers, you know, rest in peace, Bird, but I had 4 brothers. And to watch your brothers fight is crazy, because it's like, who do you help or who could you jump in with? I can't do nothing but just watch them get done, and then, you know, kind of shake it off, shake it up, and then, hey, we all straight after this, because that's all it was. But if for St. Louis, how y'all act like, like in New York or somewhere else, that was like our Lux verse move. It'll never be nothing like that. Anytime in St. Louis, it won't be nothing like that. So for that to happen, like me, even just to be able to say who gonna win, or who I think gonna have the edge in it, I saw both of them be at their best that night for what I like about them. Like I saw both of them at their best, man. And then against each other, that's like, that was thorough. At that time in the culture when it went down, they could have waited till now till all of this happened. They did it way back then, so it meant more. They really took them gloves off and got busy. A lot of people are yet to do that. So it is what it is. So from
when I watched the St. Louis MC, it feels like there's a dominant one through the last like 2 decades. There's always been one St. Louis MC out ahead of the others. Is that fair to say?
And I felt outside of the battle rap set, you saying?
In battle rap, I felt like
we always
there's Hitman's time, and then there was Verb's time, there was your time, there's B Magic's time. Is there a competitive nature between like when someone's booming, it's like, oh, I need the fade, or it's like, oh, we're just supporting?
That's just how the cookie crumble, but we always know when it's going on, and it's always love and support. It's always G, you know. But that's because in the beginning it all started off like that, you know. It always was kind of like a hidden way to kind of try to get us to, you know, kind of go against each other early, or they always try to put that competitive, you know, that competitive thing out there, like kind of like who's better, who you think better and stuff like that. We've been going through that so long, man. This shit don't.
It's regular now.
Yeah, this shit don't. It's like that's the approach, but man, it's just shit crazy.
You were traveling in New York back when it was like one of the worst places to rap in. I feel like New York's still tough to rap, but I feel like they're more receptive to now. Did you feel that like a bunch of niggas like, we don't want to cheer for him no matter what he says?
Yeah, and anytime I heard those the conditions I came up in, like that's really how I came up battle rapping. That's really my first introduction to any other city besides St. Louis was Hayden. It was no receptive.
They weren't fucking with you guys at all.
Yeah, so when they said, they were like, how does he hold it together? Man, we always been holding it together. It's like I always been having to, you know that I'm coming up here and they not gonna rock with me.
So I feel like they embraced you after a while, or no?
After a while, yeah, I did see, once they disconnected us, see, what happened was first we all had to come in as a straight single union. We did. So then one of the unions that's a part of this union, they just always wilding with them. They always wilding with Bird. So it just was like, okay. You know, I started going up there even after outside of battling, but they was always tripping and shit, man. They was always tripping with us, so it kind of like after a while, once they separated it, I don't know why they kind of took to me. I wasn't really, was I disrespectful? So I don't know why. Hitman too. Hitman Verb got the most backlash.
Yeah.
I say that from the East Coast, from us. We did, but more so got embraced more. You know, but so they wasn't really tripping with much. Most I would get is backlash from off of some shit Birdman said it did. And then after that, I'm honestly telling you.
So you were guilty by association with Verb.
And I had to do it like, but so later on in my career, that was so when it happened now, I appreciate when he be a guilty by association with me in any sense, because it be like that, like, dude, when we was first going up there, like, that's it. I could say some things that happen, like, where people, I'll be like, man, I don't think this, I know some people who know some things like, dude, yeah, dude, they ain't never liked them. It just had a way, like, you got to deal with us after a while. They got to deal with them. And then, you know, it's professional now.
Yeah.
Now we keep it professional. Back then, it wasn't so professional. So people could display it when they didn't like you now.
Yeah.
It's more professional.
Did you feel like Hitman got hate too?
Hitman, I ain't gonna lie. This just, honestly, I'm telling you. This Hitman just always been that star, like, likable star, always, like, you're not really gonna know who he don't like, or you know who he don't like him unless he put it in the forefront. It's just type of, so he wasn't really taking that approach, like that hard pressure approach, like
Verb was.
Nah, but it was still at the right time. It's always fuck these niggas when it come time to say that. Not on just it's professional, so you can't just go around and it's professional.
Yeah.
Everything is business related. So in that sense, the sense of loyalty is always there. The invisible line of loyalty always stands there. In the sense between us, I think that's established between us. And I just say that in battle rap, man, that ain't there. This people go wherever the wind blow in this. But like, I wear this hat proudly in battle rap. I feel like we held that together well. From when we came in to now, I feel like for me to be a part of that, even through my ups and downs, it's a privilege to wear this hat in battle rap. It's a lot of people that would love to throw this cap on. It's a privilege to wear this STL hat. Come out up under St. Louis, whoever was coming up, they coming behind us throwing the STL hat on, and they came this far for sure. I did that.
That hat is the only thing close I've seen to like a Yankee hat. Just even when I was like following the tweets for Max Out, and people were like, "There's about 60 STL hats at here, bro." Yeah. The update, there's 70 STL hats. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's like almost a flag at this point.
And it's like they make them red for sure. I came out here, I said, okay, the red one. I said in the chat, I'm like, I'm gonna do the red. I thought about it, I'm like, okay, no, I'm not gonna do the red. Then I got out here with the black, and I said, I'm gonna put my hoodie. They said you can't even wear St. Louis, and they done took it and made it something out of it. I'm like, dude.
You guys were battling South Central too. It's a little sticky.
So I'm like, okay, cool. But damn, yeah.
So you think you'll have more battles coming? You're not going anywhere on us? I'm
110% sure I'm going to have more battles this year. Like,
Dope.
I hate that I put the impression under people's eyes that look at me where I'm at, and I don't know what I put in people's eyes that they think that I want to stop doing this and go back to doing whatever I was doing. That's just crazy to me. But in regards to that, it's like, I know the business is good, and listen, you will see me. You're going to see me. Tweet me who you want to see me. I don't know who.
Please, in the chat, let them know who you want to see young, because there's a lot of interesting matchups out there for you.
It's a lot of interesting matchups. There's a whole lot of interesting matchups.
And every league is okay?
Every league is okay.
Like you will touch every league? Don't let me get you in trouble.
I won't say that.
Yeah, okay.
When I touch every league, I ain't gonna say I would touch every league because I don't know whichever league. Listen, what I say is, just holler at me for real, and just do that. Every league I don't know, but yeah. The leagues I just battled on right now, just moving forward, wherever I just battled on now, that's a green light. Okay. So I would say just follow that. If we could book wherever's cool. I ain't never turning down good business. That's just all it is. You know, great business, good business, and
it's good. It's good to have you back. I know I told you off camera. I want to tell you on camera. Your like battle with T-Rex was a huge reason why I wanted to write and pursue battle rap. So it's really surreal to have you like still battling. Like your influence is real, man. Thank you. Just for me personally, and I know a lot of other battle rappers feel that way, man. So it's good to have you back. Sure. Any final words before we get out of here?
Just man,
stop getting ill in trouble for what Verb says, man. Yeah, no, stop trying to Rico ill. We've
been out there for a long time, you know. But nah, much love to the culture. Shout out to RBE, shout out to G, just for a dope event. Yeah. Everybody that participated, it was live, man. I feel like this the first like full experience I was able to get and just feel like, oh, yeah, I just enjoyed myself from the beginning to the end. And you will see more Young Ill and surely 2024 for sure.
We're out of here. Appreciate you, brother.
Yep.
Thank you.